Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and I was always told how to voice the radio. So today, well, time to talk about Durant, actually. You see, there is a new Durant coming out, and not many people are talking about it. It seems to have been lost in the shuffle of all these reveals that have been coming out over the last few days. But there is a new Durant coming out. And that could be very, very nice indeed. So, it's one of the best setting up Pokemon, I think is fair to say, that we've seen in a while, except maybe not on the first turn of the game. Let me explain. So starting off, we've got 100 HP, which on the one hand is very, very low. On the other hand, if we look at a bunch of recent Durant, the really good one from Noble Victories, 70 HP. The one from Flash Fire, 70 HP. The one from Breakpoint, 70 HP. The one from Lost Thunder went up to 80 HP. So actually, in that regard, 100 HP on a Durant, that's gigantic. Yay! We do have a retreat cost of 1 here, which is quite nice because of the whole retreating it with U-turn board kind of thing. The weakness to fire is a pain because welded X are still everywhere. Great showing at the Oceania International Championship this weekend. Although to be fair, you've only got, 100 HP, so maybe don't worry too much about weakness. Our resistance to grass is alright. You've got resistance to all of them grass decks like Rillaboom, which are fixing to be quite good in the future, so, that could be useful. And you're a metal Pokemon. Being a metal Pokemon at the moment is awesome. It means you can take away that weakness while taking 30 less damage using Metal Frying Pan. It means you can take less damage using Lucario and Melmetal. It means you can take less damage using Metal Core Barrier. Although again, do need to remind you, still only actually got 100 HP. You've also got Metal Saucer to try and accelerate a little bit of energy if you so wish. And frankly, it all adds up to good time to be a metal Pokemon. But what does it do? Well, the first attack here is one with which we are primarily concerned. And the translation here comes from Poke Kamatomaru over on Twitter. Shout out to ADVGYM for tagging me in this, as well as what I could figure out using Google Translate. And it definitely seems to say, and I'm not 100% sure on this because it's a complicated one and I've not been able to actually check with someone who speaks Japanese, but Google Translate seemed very, very much to say this, as did over on Twitter, so I think we're good. Search your deck for a number of trainer cards up to the number of energies attached to this Pokemon, and add them to your hand. And you can see here, as well as I can, that in the text of this attack, there is no energy symbol. Which means that we're not worried about any particular type of energy. It's not number of metal energy attached to this Pokemon. It is total number of energy. And this has the potential to essentially give you a one-turn, oh my god, that's amazing, win the game kind of thing. Now, I'm going to go a little bit overboard with this example, but just as an example, to show you quite how dumb we could get here. Well, you're a metal Pokemon, so you can play Metal Saucer. So let's assume that you somehow hit 4 Metal Saucer in 1 turn. Oh, cool. Well, now you get to search for 4 trainer cards and put them into your hand. 4 trainer cards is good. That's going to give you a hearty advantage. But wait, you've not used a supporter this turn. Well, if we're trying to accelerate energy, why don't we use Welder? And then we can attach another 2 energy using Welder. I mean, if you really want to go a little bit silly and you're behind on prizes, maybe Lieutenant Surge's strategy lets us play 2 Welder, which means we got another 4 energy on that, 8 energy in 1 turn. But wait, we've not actually used our energy attachment for the turn. Well, hang on a second. You are a non-V, non-GX Pokemon. This seems to pretty much be the reason why something like Twin Energy was printed. So that's another 2 energy. And yes, I know that we're getting a little bit unrealistic here, but if you can play Lieutenant Surge with Double Welder, and then add in 4 Metal Saucer, and then add in Twin Energy, you are legitimately looking at 10 energy attached in one turn. Wouldn't be so good for other typings, but for metal Pokemon, it works rather nicely indeed. And now you're searching for any 10 trainer cards and putting them into your hand. And if you're searching for 10 trainer cards and putting them into your hand, you are going to have everything you need for the next turn. Now, bearing in mind, we've got 2 Pokemon that have a GX attack that let you search for any 5 cards. We've got Metagross, which has rotated out, and we've got Whimsicott that hasn't. But both of them, you're talking about evolved Pokemon using their once per game GX attack. Now, admittedly, this is trainer cards, not any cards, but we all know the deal by now. If you want a basic Pokemon, go find yourself a Quick Ball. If you want an evolution Pokemon, go find yourself an evolution Incense. If you just need a Pokemon, go and find yourself a Great Ball. Maybe even grab yourself a Great Ball and a Pokemon Communication to get whatever Pokemon you want without having to discard anything from your hand. Or grab yourself a trainer card you don't need and discard that using Quick Ball, because actually you can search out basically whatever it is you need. Want to get an energy? Search yourself an energy spinner. See where I'm going with this? Want to get yourself a supporter? Alright, it's not quite so guaranteed here, but go and grab yourself a Pokegear. Heck, maybe go and grab yourself 2 or 3 if you really want to go and get a little bit silly here. This can go kind of over the top, kind of quickly. Now, of course, you got 100 HP, so there is a balancing act here. You don't want to go nuts putting on a bazillion energy only to get KO'd, but essentially, you pop an energy on, you search yourself a trainer card. It's alright, but we've seen a million of those in the past, let's not get too excited. However, and incidentally, because you are searching trainer cards here, there's nothing to stop you searching out a Lieutenant Surge and 2 other supporters, knowing that you're going to be able to play them all the following turn. Just an idea here. But of course, it's not just consistency, though consistency is great. How about something like Unknown Hand? Now, again, you got 100 HP, so let's try and remember you're probably going to get KO'd, alright? But Unknown Hand, you win the game if you've got 35 or more cards in your hand. So if you can get, say, 10 energy on here, you search yourself 10 trainer cards, hopefully a couple of Super Scoop Up among them, hit yourself a heads to pick yourself up with all the energy attached, and then promote Unknown Hand and win the game. Might not always work, but that's the kind of thing that excites me about Durant. As much as I would love to believe that a bunch of people are actually gonna whack 10 energy on here, and then search for 10 trainer cards and set them up to win the game, which might happen, not entirely sure how often it will. And maybe Unknown Hand will never work with this. I mean, look, right? There is a decent chance that this never works. There is a decent chance here that this Durant never sees any play. But wouldn't it be fun if it did? And at the end of the day, even if it never actually sees any play, you've still got the potential here. You've still got the opportunity. This card will still be in the format. We can still have a go at this kind of stuff if we want to. And that alone excites me very, very much. If nothing else, it's a really cool, weird, unique card. And look, there's nothing to stop you playing this with Twin Energy and searching out 2 trainers. There's nothing to stop you playing it in a Welder deck, attaching 2 energy with Welder, 1 for the turn, and then searching out 3 trainer cards to work next turn. Although, and I do need to point this out very, very strongly, we've got 2 really good cards in the format at the moment that will completely scupper this plan. One of them is Reset Stab, which is at least a one-of in every deck at the moment. Your opponent plays it, you shuffle your hand into your deck and draw a number of cards equal to your remaining prizes. So if you go and search out 10 lovely trainer cards, your opponent will reset stamp you if they can. And of course, we've got Marnie at the moment. Marnie Both players shuffle a hand and put it on the bottom of their deck. The player that played the Marnie gets 5 cards, the other player gets 4. So again, there is absolutely a possibility that your opponent drops a Marnie. Not every deck plays Marnie, not like Reset Stamp, but enough to be worried. So it's awkward, and it's best when you pile a whole bunch of energy onto a very weak Pokemon. And it's easily countered by widely played cards. But it's so cool. I'm giving it 3 Wassies. I want someone to break this wide open. I want someone to take this and make a really good deck with it. As a side note, I suppose I should mention the attack quickly, shouldn't I? 3 energy, 80 damage, use it only if you're desperate. Yeah, done. We talked about it. This is about the first attack, and I think it's fun. And as a quick side note here, right? Let's say you play it hoping to get 6 energy on and go nuts. What's to stop you just whacking 1 energy on turn 1, going second of course, and just searching out 1 trainer card? So you had nothing, you attach an energy to Durant, now you've got a Professor's Research. There's a lot that can be done with this. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to know what you think about this. I'd like to know what uses you see for it, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where you can find out about a whole bunch of games that don't have Pokemon in, but they're still awesome and we still love them. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.